Renew is a Tier 3 intervention that is student-led, and we have facilitators who help with the process, but the entire process is student-led. Here in the center, where all of our students are at that higher level of need, it's a fantastic program.
There have been a couple. I think the timeline map brought clarity for me for some of my students, because I learned a lot of things that I didn't know.
I think the dreams map has been the most interesting for me to work with the students on. It's kind of been, for me as a facilitator, giving them permission to really dream without any restrictions or limits.
The bullseye map, where they map who's in their circle, who's in their inner circle, their outer circle, and who's problematic for them. I think it puts things into perspective for them.
The one where it goes through all my history from, I don't know, I think it was age 7 to age 16, what I am now. To just review everything that's happened and where I am now.
The one where there's like a circle and it shows the people that's important in life, which is important, and which people are important to me, like family and stuff. And it reminded me at the end, like, who was really important to me.
I think the most important thing is to maintain the integrity of the Renew process and ensure that the maps are student-driven. Their history is generally a moment of clarity, because we learn things, we know these students very well, but we always learn things that we did not know about the students. The biggest obstacle in anything that we do in special education is time.
For me, it's time. It's always been time. I wish I had more time to give to the process, to give to the students.
Time is the biggest obstacle to Renew.
The good thing, though, is that the students are so invested in it that they don't let me forget. So sometimes if I get caught up in other things, the students that I've taken through the process make it a point to track you down and say, hey, are we meeting this week? We're supposed to be meeting this week, which, you know, for me just shows that they're invested in it. So it's been a good thing, too.
I think the greatest benefit is you know, the clarity that it brings to students and how they're going to reach their goals, and clarity for us as to how we can help them.
I think the benefit is that it's student-driven. I think so much of what they're used to and what they do here is staff or parent-driven. So for them, getting comfortable with that this is your process and you're doing this. So watching the confidence that instills as they go through the process, I think is probably one of the biggest strengths of the process.
The greatest benefit is when we can work with a student who maybe otherwise felt that they were just going to kind of slip by, maybe nobody was really noticing them, and we are able to help them identify the goals for their future, help them build a team, and help them achieve what it is that they want for their life. That's the best part.
More open, easier time talking to people.
Pretty much looks like us sitting around a table like this. It would be Wendy, my supervisor, and the rest of the Renew team sitting down and bouncing ideas off of each other, and talking about where we're at and where we want to go, where we need to go, and how we're going to get there.
But it's nice to be able to touch base with people and find out, oh, okay, you're doing the same thing, or no, you know, this worked for me, or I know this guy who would be a great resource for this student's particular goal. So it's been a valuable part of the process.
The monthly team meeting is very organized and it's very quick because time is always a factor. So we use the tips sheets to keep us on track and to keep us focused. Everyone has homework, so everyone comes to the table with something that they have completed since the last meeting. We review the last meeting, and then we have goals for the meeting at hand, and then we set goals for the future, and everybody gets more homework.
I guess the benefit of the pre-planning would be that because it's such a unique experience, it gives them kind of the big picture, which is tough to see when you first start the process. You don't really see how how, the first map talking about your history, which they're very used to doing, is at some point going to help them to set goals. And so the pre-planning, you kind of lay out the big picture for them, and I think it helps to invest them in the process.
And it breaks things down into manageable chunks, so that you've got one task, you do it, you check it off. You've got another task, you do it, and you check it off. So it makes things more manageable, I think, for everybody, and it makes sure everybody's on the same page.
The pre-planning meeting, in my mind, it is like the ounce of prevention that saves a pound of worry, because you already know what you have and what you don't have, and then you can just get right down to business for the planning meeting.
Seeing the future in a positive, less overwhelming way.
It's like helping me with goals in my life. So like when I graduated from high school, it like helped me like with college and stuff like that.
The Renew process, to me, is an opportunity for students to plan out their future. It gives them a chance to take the goals that they have, that they set for themselves, and map them out. Map out how they're going to achieve them, what they're going to do, who's going to help them, what resources are out there to help them. It's just an opportunity for kids who maybe are a little misguided and aren't sure where they're going, to sit down and plan it out and figure out where they're going and how they're going to get there.
The program's helped me a lot to look on the things that I've gone through all throughout my life, and that's a lot. I would definitely recommend their new program for anyone that is looking to obviously have a great life and to make their lives what they want it to be. And it really does help you get along the way.
Renew's been this really unique tool that has allowed students to guide themselves towards identifying very specific goals, and then also kind of empowering them to set up the necessary resources to achieve those goals.
Yes, it's helped me, and I'm grateful to the people who helped.